Greens and salutations, my YouTube family. This video is going to be dedicated to talking about low wages and what we can do to prevent this on a global scale. Basically, today I finally quit my job and I said enough is enough. My whole life I've worked for low wages, lower than you can imagine, minimum wage, tons of them. And basically what minimum wage, it is modern day slavery. It is meant to profit the company or the corporation and off the little people, and there's major profits because they're paying such low wages. But what if there was a way that people like you and me could get a better wage? What would you do? Would you be willing to stand up? Would you be willing to go on strike? If not, then this video is probably not for you. But if this video is for you, if you are someone who is tired of being overworked, tired of being underpaid, tired of being undervalued, and tired of just plain old being disrespected by the low wage, then this video is for you. So basically today I quit my job because I've been working like 3 to 4 jobs and that wasn't enough. Like, I couldn't survive. And yes, I'm not exactly the best with money, but still, with that being said, I've never ever gotten ahead in my life because I've always earned low wages. And I've had to work 2 to 3, 4 jobs at one time. And a lot of the reason why that's not good is, first of all, you're going to burn yourself out. Secondly, you're going to end up probably paying higher taxes. And another reason is because you shouldn't do that, is because it's not a good idea in the long run. Like, unless you're earning a really good wage on all 4 jobs or whatever, how many jobs you're working, it's not a terribly great idea to be working so many different jobs. A lot of people that are doing this, though, is a lot, honestly, like a lot of immigrants and a lot of minorities, because they work very hard and they don't mind getting paid less because they all live in like the same house. But like for people like me that is like white and like, I'm not a minority, so I'm like, what's the one called? Not the majority. Whatever, I don't know what you call it. Anyways, but for someone like me who is a young guy and who's been struggling all my life to get ahead, and I've never got ahead because I've been working so hard, underpaid, underappreciated, and just plain old tired from working all these jobs. And I've had sleep insomnia so many years in my life, it's unbelievable. So you might ask, what is my take on all this? Basically, my take on all this is that's how companies profit. They profit by the little guys working so hard for them and really earning the money for them. They're the backbone of the company. Without the little people, you think the company's gonna last without people like the cashiers that are processing the transactions for them? They think that it's a little role. It's not. It's a huge role, because you're the one that's bringing in the company money, and without people like you, how are they going to get the money, right? They can't, unless they automate it, which a lot of businesses are going to start doing, because they know that a lot of people they can't afford to work for minimum wage anymore. Anyways, my take on why I left my job is I couldn't afford to work for the low wage anymore. And not only that, but I got a really bad review from my company, and they said that I underperformed, which was, I did a really hard job. I worked so hard for them, and yes, I kept making a lot of mistakes, and because I was in a pharmacy setting and I've never done that job before or that type of work, so yes, it's going to be bound to happen that I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. But there was no he didn't like say to me like, Rumpel, this is what you can do to improve. Or because every day when I first started, I'd ask, I said, what can I do to improve? What can I do to improve? And he would just say like, oh, well, I'll let you know if there ever was. And then he never did. And then finally at the 3-month end review, he just like hammered me so hard and said, you're underperforming. I'm going to give you 3 months to like smarten up, basically. And like, you think I'm going to smarten up after all that, after all the hard work I put in and the effort? He could have at least said to me, Rumpel, you're doing a good job in this area. There's some improvement needed in this area. And overall, like, I think like you're going to be a worthwhile employee. He didn't say any of that, my boss. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out because I wanted you to know that a lot of people are in my situation where they're working so hard, they're underappreciated, undervalued, underpaid, and then at the end of the day, when it's the 3-month review, they just say like, you're not doing a good job, which is nonsense. Like, come on. It's really sad, actually, and I honestly at this point don't even care to live, and I'll tell you why. Because my whole life, I've never gone ahead, like I said, and I just feel underappreciated, and I just feel like a piece of poop is what I feel like. You know why? Because I've never earned a good wage in my life. I don't know what a good wage is, because people have always manipulated me and used me for my work. And I'm a very good worker. I'm a high value worker. And the thing is with me is I know that from going forward now is I'm not going to work for low wages anymore. I refuse to. I'd rather live off social assistance and find a way to manage my money better than to work for these low wages and work my butt off and never have a day off, which I didn't have a day off. I was working 6, 7 days a week these last 3, 4 months. It's damn tired. It wasn't worth it. I never got ahead, right? I never did. So my advice to the people in this world is we need to start standing up as a community, a global community, and saying we're not working for low wages anymore. That's a thing of the past. It's been going on for hundreds of years, thousands of years where workers, they've been companies and people, what's the word, masters, if you call them in the old like Bible days, have been just profiting off the little people, and that's enough is enough now. If you're like me, then you have to stand up. You have to do something about this. And I'm not saying just quit your job on the blue like I did. Obviously, I have some backup plans that are good, but that are going to help me. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, you got to start knowing your value. Like, you got to look at your work and you're like, I'm proud of the work I do. And I know that I'm not worth $14 an hour, whatever the minimum wage is there in Canada. In Saskatchewan, it's 14 an hour. Pretty low. It's really low. Anyways, you got to be like, no, I think I'm worth this much and I want this much. And if people won't hire you, then you'll be like, well, I'm going to find alternative ways to earn money. Because that's what we got to start doing. We got to be like, I'll start a company, or I'll fight for a raise. I'll get more people to fight for a raise with me. Like, this is ridiculous. Now, how are people ever going to get ahead? And not only that, but what if there's a recession? Or what if there's a depression? There's going to be tons of people out of work. Like, this is ridiculous now. This has to stop. Like, come on. So if you're like me and you want this to stop, it's time that we start doing something about this. And if I was you, I'd either ask for a really good raise. Like, I would say not even $1, $2. I would say $5 to start. And that sounds ridiculous, right? You're thinking, oh, this guy's a nut job. I'm not a nut job. That's nothing. Think about it. If you're doing $5 extra a day, no, an hour, sorry. $5 times 8 hours is only $40 a day extra. That's $160 a week in a normal work week. If you think that's a lot of money, you're insane. That's not a lot of money. That's only like 160 times 5 times 100. 500, 5 times 6. That's only 800 a month extra. Now that would be something better, right? That's more like it. And the companies would be like, oh, we're not paying you that. Well, guess what? Fuck you. We're not working for you then. And you all pack up your bags and leave. Like, enough is enough now. We can't keep doing this. And I'm begging you. I am begging you as a person, because I don't want you to have to work for low wages anymore either. Not just for myself. I'm going to be fine. I'm starting a company and I'm starting a small business. And if that even fails, then I'm just going to be in the ministry. Like, I'm not too worried, basically. But for you, that actually I care about. I care about people, and I want people to earn a good wage. So for the people like you that are watching this, I beg of you, please do whatever is in your power to find ways to earn money, invest, or just think of something. There's so much out there on the internet that you can learn from to earn more money. There's this book called Think and Grow Rich. I recommend you read that book. I've started reading it, and then another book is it's called Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I think. That's another really good book that teaches about why working for money is stupid, and it quite literally is. Anyways, I'm sorry for this long video. I just hope that you all will watch to the end. If you can't, that's fine, but I recommend you share this with as many people as you know, because enough is enough. It's time we take back this world from these elite corporations that don't care crap about you. They really don't. They'll replace you in an instant. So that we got to demand better wages. We got to demand equality in the workplace. And that's all my message for you today. I thank you so much for watching. You are all awesome. And I just pray that God will bless each one of you in your own life. And I just pray that and ask that you all will fight for a better wage, fight for a better life, because it's not fair anymore. Like, this is enough. God bless you all. God loves you all. Keep up the good work. And I want you to know that you all are worth so much more than what you're getting paid. Just know that, all right? You're worth way more. All right? God loves you. Farewell.